first started with me in jail, as I said in my cell, writing rhymes, anticipating on me getting out of here. As I said my door open, I'm like, man, what the fuck? I got up and looked out and nobody was there. Waited a minute to see who coming out of guard in sight. I'm like, let me make a call, could be my only chance of the night. So I proceeded to the phones and I called my girl. Remember telling her I miss her and she the heart of my world. As I stood there for a minute, shit started getting insane. I looked around and realized I'm by myself in this tank. So I started knocking on the windows of the guard shack booth. Barely knocking, and all of a sudden all the windows was loose. The tank door creepily opened. I'm like, man, what the hell? Looked out at a guard was running saying, save yourself. Of course, I'm standing stuck, like what the fuck going on? Walked out of my tank a few steps and the door slammed closed. Wasted no time, I started running towards the way of the guard. Ran through the same door he went through and wound up on the yard. As I turned around and looked, the building bursted in flames. So I got as far as I could, man, this shit seemed strange. Looked back again the second time and seen the building was melting. So I stopped and started screaming. All I could scream out was help. I closed my eyes, my mind was spinning. I'm like, something going on. Opened them up and looked left and a horn was blowing. Got to the car, it was my bitch. I'm like, how you get here? She said, you called me and I came and even brought you a bill. Hopped in the whip and told my bitch, man, this shit seemed crazy. Looked at her to pass her the blunt and it wasn't even my baby. It was my partner that got killed about 6 months back. As strange as it was, I'm like, here T, puff on this fatty. Hey, where we headed? He said home. I'm like, how far away? He said about 6 or 7 hours. I'm gassing up the next day. 3 or 4 hours passed quickly as we got to the station. I walked in and then paid for gas and got some strange ass faces. I asked the attendant, hey, where the restroom? She didn't tell me a word. Not worried about her silence, but I kinda was scared. Man, this the craziest day ever. As I walked out the store, walked around the corner and started pissing on the store back door. All of a sudden I heard a horn going off non-stop. Went around the corner, as I got there, all I see is the cops. Of course a nigga was spooked, so I started playing it cool. Gassed up the whip, got in the car and got my ass on the move. All of a sudden I got a feeling like, man, something going wrong. Got to thinking about Lil T, man, I just left my home. Busted you in the middle of the street and all of a sudden I'm in Dallas. Look to the right, my house was there and my kids running out it. I'm like, man, this shit right here keep getting stranger and stranger. All of a sudden the guards woke me up at the door, chow time banging. Dreams, oh why do we dream? As real as they seem, they're only dreams.